Hello, welcome to the second watch along of the day. It is Ireland taking on Scotland at the Aviva Stadium. And yes, I am Welsh, and we're going to talk about that game in just a second. I've done a quick match reaction to that one. I rant a little bit, so do check it out. It is on the channel now, but our focus now turns to this one. It is Ireland against Scotland at the Aviva. As I said, Ireland still with a chance of winning the competition. Of course, they need to get the job done today and then hope that England can do them a favour later on. Let me know where you're watching from around the world. Let me know who you're supporting today. Vote in the poll. Let me know who you're backing to win today and who you think is going to get the results today. Let me know. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. Really interested to hear your thoughts indeed. Let me know what you think that's going to happen today. Richard Hui, I hope you're doing well. Come on, the boys in green. Well, I am wearing the Irish jersey for you lads, and for Connor as well. Let's go Ireland wearing the Irish jersey, as you guys asked. Scotland 1 is up there though. There. It's up there. So it is up there already. Before we get into this game, though, I do want to do two things quickly, if I can find it. First of all, I want to share the stream out. Let me do that. And there we go. So if you're just joining, make sure to like the stream on the way in. It massively helps the stream. And, of course, hit the like button. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new here. Building a really exciting community here on YouTube. So it's always good to have your company. Of course, as well, you can use a super chat if you want to support the channel financially, but there's no pressure to do so. You can do that on YouTube. First of all, a couple of things I want to do before we do chat about this game. Even though I am Welsh, I want to give credit to Italy. Italy today were brilliant. They were so good. Their game plan was perfect. The way they frustrated Wales was brilliant. And Capuso to set up that final try was just brilliant all afternoon. And you can see how much it meant to this Italian team. And they completely deserved the victory. I'm sure over the course of the next week or so, I'll sit down with a couple of my Welsh mates and we'll have a chat about what really happened and what needs to happen next in terms of the coaching and all that jazz. But congratulations to Italy. They massively deserved the victory. They're the better team on the day. And they 100% deserve to win this game. And let's have a chat then about this one, though. Of course, both teams are about to come out. Interestingly, of course, last week we saw Ireland beating England, but they didn't make it easy for themselves all the way. They beat England, though, by 32 points to 15, while Scotland did what Wales weren't able to do, beating Italy by 33 points to 22 in Rome. The last time these two teams met was in last year's Six Nations, of course, Ireland winning that one up at Murrayfield by 27 points to 24. And then, of course, they met each other in the World Cup. That's outside of a Six Nations game, Ireland winning that by 27-23. In fact, Scotland haven't beaten Ireland since 2017 when they won 27 points to 22. And they've not won in Ireland since this game in 2010 when they won at Croke Park by 23 points to 20. It was, of course, Dan Parks kicking the winning drop goal for that one. So Ireland haven't won in... Scotland haven't won in Ireland since 2010, but France haven't won a Grand Slam since 2010. It's a matchup, probably not, but that is how it looks. Obviously, this is going to be a really tough test. So Scotland, Ireland, probably pretty heavy favourites, but do let me know your thoughts in the chat as always. Ireland are coming out. The Triple Crown, of course, is on the line for them. If they can win today, they could win the Triple Crown, and if they win well enough today, depending on what happens in Paris, they could win the whole thing. And let's have a look at the two teams that have been picked, starting off with the home team. This is the home team. Cian Healy starts in the front row with Dan Sheehan and Tyg Furlong. Tyler Byrne and Ian Henderson are the locks with Caitlin Dyche, Josh van der Fleer, and Jack Kernan comes back in at 8. Gibson Park partners captain Johnny Sexton at 10, with James Lowe and Matt Hansen on the wings. Bundyaki and Gary Ringrose are the centres, with Hugo Keenan at fullback. Leaving the bench then are Rob Herring, Dave Kilcoyne, Finlay Beam, Kieran Treadwell, Peter Marnie, Conor Murray, Joey Carberry, and Robbie Henshaw as well. This is our Scotland lineup. Let me know your thoughts on the Scotland team in the comments as always, and we will run through it now, and you can let me know what you make of the team. Starting then again in the front row, Pierre Schumann starts in the front row alongside George Turner and Xander Fagerson. Johnny Gray and Grant Gilchrist play in the locks, with Rory Darge, Hamish Watson and Matt Fagerson playing in the back row. Ali Price, Blair King on is at 10, and we know why he's at 10 now, and we're going to have a look at that in just a second. Of course, Finn Russell not in the team, not in the starting 15 today. We will have a chat about that in a little bit. Looking then at the back line, then you got Kyle Steyn on the wing alongside Darcy Graham. Sam Johnson and Chris Harris play in the halfbacks. In the centres, with Stuart Hogg at fullback. Fraser Brown, Alan Dale, WP Nell, Sam Skinner, Josh Bayliss, Ben White, Finn Russell, and Mark Bennett are on the bench. So this was the big news story, wasn't it, of the day, of course. Oh, the wrong one. The big news story, of course. Thoughts on King on at 10. I'm not convinced of him at 10, but Finn Russell hasn't had a good competition. I personally would have given Adam Hastings the nod. That's personally what I probably would have done. Connor, hope you're doing well. Let's go Ireland indeed. Right. This was the big news story, wasn't it, that broke. Stuart Hogg, Finn Russell and Ali Price among 6 Scotland players disciplined. And this was the story. So we'll go through it really, really quick. Captain Stuart Hogg, Finn Russell and Ali Price were among 6 players disciplined for breaching team protocols after their Six Nations victory over Italy last Saturday. The group were punished for leaving the team hotel to visit a bar in Edinburgh after returning from Rome. Darcy Graham, Sam Johnson and Sione Tupelotu were the others involved. And when Scotland management was made aware of the group leaving, the players were ordered to return immediately. The big thing about this, though, as it says here, Russell walked out on the Scotland camp on the evening of the 2026 Nations after he was disciplined by head coach, who dropped him for the opening match of that campaign in Ireland. Tupelotu has been released from the squad and could play a part for Edinburgh last night, that was. And the Scotland team, this is what the SRU had to say, the Scotland team management have this week dealt with a post-match matter involving 6 following the game against Italy last weekend. It just seems to be a little bit too often for this Scotland team that this is happening. Now, I spoke to Kyle about this. Unfortunately, he's not able to join us today, but I spoke to him about this like last night, I think it was. And he said that he didn't really care about it as long as it doesn't affect things on the pitch. But I think that for your senior players, Ali Price, British and Irish Lion, Finn Russell, British and Irish Lion, Stuart Hogg, British and Irish Lion, to have them, senior players, messing up as badly as they have again, I just think it's a shit show, really. I really do. I just don't know how you... Yeah, it's just a mess, isn't it? And would that happen in the Irish camp? No. Would that happen in the England camp? Probably not. Would that happen in the Wales camp? Well, who knows who's going to be in charge of Wales? But a lot of questions to be asked. A lot of questions to be asked. Let me know your thoughts on that one. So we're just here in the Flower of Scotland. I am going to be eating during the course. I've got some pasta to get through. So I hope it won't be too distracting. But this should be a good one. This should be a good one. Of course, Scotland, nothing to play for. Ireland were hoped of, well, they win this game, they win the Triple Crown. But they'll also be hoping, can they get that win? Can they get that win big enough to maybe put the pressure on France? Of course, we are going to do the watch along for France against England live from 7:45, kickoff at 8 o'clock. So make sure to join me for that. But we're all set to go here. We are all set to go here. I'm really interested, though. I know I'm going to be harping on about it all stream because, of course, I am Welsh. I'm really interested to see what Wayne Pivac has to say. I'm really interested to see what he has to say because he has a lot to answer to. Let me tell you that. And the Welsh public aren't the most gracious in terms of defeat, but I think a lot of the criticism he's going to get is rightly given to him. So who are you backing to win? Let me have a look at how the poll is doing. Make sure to vote in the poll. 80% of you think that Ireland's going to win. Only 20% believe that Scotland are going to win. So make sure to vote in that poll and let me know how you think this one is going to go. We are all set to go here at the Aviva. Just hearing the Irish national anthem. We will run you through the teams once again just before kickoff. Of course, just a couple of days after St. Paddy's Day, so the mood and the atmosphere. I mean, one of the good things that's going to help today is the weather. Both teams like to run with the ball. Hopefully that will make for a really exciting opening game. And then obviously Ireland need to score tries, really. We'll have a look at the table at some point during the course of this game and see what it looks like. But Ireland, no. I think the big thing for Ireland against England last week, I don't know if this is how Irish fans felt at the time, was that when the red card happened, I was watching the game and I felt as if Ireland tried to force it way too much after that. They were like almost trying to rush the tries in, really, instead of being patient. And when they eventually became patient towards the 60-minute mark, they then were able to begin to peel away and be able to have that effect on the game that they wanted to and get those tries. So I think they're going to have to be patient again this week. I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win pretty comfortably as the police car goes past. Yeah, I think they're going to win pretty comfortably. I actually think they're going to get a bonus point today. I just don't see Scotland being able to physically match them up front. And I think if you can't match Ireland up front, I think you lose. And that's just how I see it. I think Wales really struggled in the first game against them, but don't get me started on Wales. And yeah, I think Ireland are going to win by a bonus point today. I think they're going to win by about 15 points. I think it's actually going to be pretty comfortable. I think the situation off the field will affect this Scotland camp. I really do. I don't think something like that can go just brush it under the carpet for this game. Although they did release it pretty late, so maybe they dealt with it in-house and then decided how they wanted to put a statement out for it. I'm surprised that they put a statement. Well, I'm not surprised because they have to show that they are being consistent with this kind of thing, but it's an interesting decision to put it out. Right, we're all ready for kickoff. Let's quickly then run through your teams for you this afternoon one more time. Starting at fullback, Hugo Keenan starts at fullback for Ireland with Matt Hansen and James Lowe on the wings. Bundy Aki and Gary Ringrose are in the centres with Johnny Sexton and Gibson Park playing in the halfbacks. In the front row, you've got Cian Healy, Dan Sheehan and Tyke Furlong, with Tyke Byrne and Ian Henderson playing in the locks. Killian Doris, Josh Van der Flynn, Jack Conan on your back row. While on the bench, we have Rob Herring, Dave Kilcoyne, Finlay Beelum, Kieran Treadwell, Peter O'Mahony, Conor Murray, Joey Carberry and Robbie Henshaw. Your refs today, by the way, are Wayne Barnes, Carl Dixon and Christoph Ridley are of the assistants, and the Timo Stewart Terhige. So that's how Ireland line up. We're all set for kickoff. Oh, Jacob, I am backing Ireland to win this one by 15 points. I think Ireland are going to get a bonus point here. So I'm going to say 30 points to 15. I think it'll be pretty comfortable for them. To be honest, we've just about kicked off here. Ireland in their traditional green. And of course, we have Scotland in their traditional dark blue. And Scotland with the ball in their own 22 here. The game is live on ITV. By the way, folks, I can't show you the actual game due to copyright issues. But you can listen to my thoughts. Get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts as we go along. Don't forget to like the stream. Of course, it's an option of a super chat if you're on YouTube, which massively helps the channel, but no pressure to do that. Hi, everyone. Hello to you. I hope you're doing well. Scotland are going to batter them. I worry about Scotland's physicality up front. I think Ireland will just have too much for them up front. I really do. But I'll be interested to see. I am going to be eating as we go along, so I do apologise for that, but I'm doing 3 watch-alongs pretty much on the bounce. Darcy Graham here with an early break. Up to the halfway line. Scotland starting on the front foot here. Lovely break from Darcy Graham. Oh, really loose passing here from Scotland. And then Matt Hansen can't quite keep it in. What a crazy start, really, to the game. A little bit of everywhere there. Lovely break from Darcy Graham. He was one of the 6, of course, involved in the breach of team protocols. So we will see how they cope today. Line out here, though, to Scotland. It's important Scotland settle into this game. You would worry for them if Ireland were to score particularly early. I know that part of me wants Ireland to win because it makes the final game even more interesting, doesn't it? Because Ireland then will be top and the pressure will be on France then to come and play. I'm pretty neutral in this, to be honest. Scotland off the driving maul. Ali Price peels off the back. Ball here. Oh, lovely break from Ali Price. A lovely dummy into the open space. Ireland really struggling to contain Scotland's speed here. Kyle Steyn tackled by Caelan Doris. Scotland just outside the 22 here. King on. First time we're seeing him with ball in hand. Chris Harris. Lovely pass into Stuart Hogg. Stuart Hogg into Darcy Graham. Tackled just inside the 22. Scotland starting on fire here. Scotland still attacking. Hamish Watson bursts into the 22, making some good ground. Scotland spreading the ball really well early on, and then they've managed to knock it on, and it will be an advantage to Ireland. I think we're going to get the advantage here. We are, so chance here for Ireland to clear. Gibson Park spreads it out wide. It's a risky pass, but it's well taken by Gary Ringrose, and here comes James Lowe. He sends it downfield. It's not a bad kick at all from James Lowe. Is he going to reach touch? He's not. Hogg keeps it alive. Scotland back pretty much on their own 5-metre line, but plenty of space here for Kyle Steyn to clear it. It's not the greatest kick from him, and it will be a line-out to Ireland here early on. Let's have a look at some of your comments. What am I eating? I'm eating some pasta. Just some pasta. Because when you do 3 on the go, you don't really get all that much breaks in between. And obviously, as a Welshman, I had to make a reaction to the Italy game. So, yeah. Irish line out here. Sexton on the wraparound. Knocked on from Bundy Aki. So a lot of knock-ons at the minute here. And Scotland slowly coming forward. Scotland probably having the better of the play so far as Pierre Schumann breaks through. Absolutely unopposed into the 22. He needs support. Scotland can get a quick ball here. Johnson gets it out. Ali Price carries. Needs support at the breakdown. Slow to get there. I'm afraid I can't show the game. It clearly state in the description I can't show the game because of copyright issues. I can't show the game because of copyright issues, unfortunately. I'd love to, but I like my channel. I'd like to keep it up. That's forward from Sam Johnson. And nothing will come of that. Unfortunately, I can't show it. I'd love to be able to, but I'm just not allowed to. It is a watch long. It's not a stream of the game. But Scotland finding a lot of space in the open here. A lot of lack of concentration maybe from this Irish team. Is the pressure getting to them? The whole quarter-final debate, of course, in a World Cup. But 5 minutes gone here. Both teams full of errors. A lot of forward passes, a lot of knock-ons. A lot of poor discipline, really. So scrum here to Ireland. Ireland have just about only 10 kg more than Scotland in weight in the scrum. So 5.5 minutes gone. Big scrum from Ireland here. They managed to get it out. Gibson Park goes alone. Good support for him. Good carry. Ireland just need to settle into this game a little bit. Scotland think they turned it over, but they haven't managed to do so. Gibson Park will clear this. They just need to be patient, Ireland, again, in this one, I think. Oh, ran into their own player. Knocked on by Scotland. So chance here for Porter to carry. Ball into Byrne. Byrne inside to Tyke Furlong. Ireland's beginning to settle into the game now. Beginning to settle, beginning to get their rhythm, go through the phases. Ringrose steps inside. Hamish Watson is really trying to turn over every single maul. He's there, just trying to get in there to turn it over. That's how Scotland want to play. It's off turnover ball, isn't it? Counter-attacking. And it's in the end. Decent defence from Scotland. And it will be a line out to them. One thing, Gavin says, one thing that I've learned from the Six Nations is that there are two teams in the competition who are capable of winning the World Cup. Wales isn't one of them. I agree. I mean, honestly, check out my review video on the game, and you can get involved there on that, and let me know your thoughts there. But Italy deserved the win today. They were the better team. And the lack of game plan from Wales was particularly worrying. So Ireland's just about the ball, but it is ripped by Scotland here. Again, Ireland not really settling into this one at all. Hamish Watson up to the 10-metre line here. Ali Price into Blair Kinghorn. Kinghorn tries to get the offload off. He's been playing really, really well for Edinburgh. There's actually an advantage here for Scotland, so free play for them. Ali Price gets it into Hogg. Hogg out wide to Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham dances inside. Again, still playing the advantage. They have made 10 or so metres here, Scotland. Kinghorn cuts inside, half a break from him. Ali Price, poor pass from Scotland, and there'll be no advantage from that. So offside from Ireland. I mean, if you're Scottish, I mean, who's going to take the kicking? You'd think it'd be Kinghorn who would do the kicking. Or is it going to be Hogg who does it? I think Hogg's going to take over the kicking. It is. So Hogg's going to stick this one in the corner. Ireland offside. And they do put it towards the corner, about 8 metres out or so. Do let me know your thoughts on this opening nearly 10 minutes or so. And, of course, let me know your thoughts on the other game we've seen already today, but also on the game later to come. So line out here to Scotland, decent position. And they've lost their line out. So knocked on there. The chance here for Ireland to clear. And it's a very good clearance kick, actually, from Gibson Park, which gets them up to halfway line. So far, in terms of Scotland, they've had some nice breaks, but not particularly look like scoring, and a little bit of inaccuracies for Ireland. They just haven't settled into the game at all. I wouldn't say it's worrying if you're Irish, but do they feel the pressure of the Triple Crown, potentially? I don't know what it is. So line out Scotland won here. They did try and set up the driving more, but it went nowhere. So George Turner told to use it, which he does. Every time Scotland carry, they tend to get over the gain line quite often early on in this game, which surprised me. I was worried about their physicality. JJD TV fan, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the watch along. Hope things are good and you're enjoying the rugby this weekend. If you're Welsh, probably not. I'm Welsh, but there we go. Part of me, it's going to sound really, really strange, so hear me out on this. Part of me is happy that Italy won because because the problems that we had as a team would have been papered over, would have really been papered over. And it'd have been easy then for the Welsh Rugby Union to do nothing about it and say, well, we won. We potentially finished third in the Six Nations. But now we are guaranteed to finish fifth, I'm pretty sure. Do I think Pivac's going to go? I'm not sure, if I'm being totally honest. If this was last year's Six Nations, 100% he would be gone. He wouldn't be holding on to his job after a performance like that. But now I'm not too sure as Gibson Park breaks through. Oh, he's going to have to go alone here. He's tried the kick over the top, but I think Hogg's going to jump onto this, which he does. And Hogg will clear it. But again, this game is really open. I mean, the gaps that are opening up, especially around the breakdown, where just sniping around the breakdown, I mean, the massive gap there. I am from Ireland and I'm scared. I just think you need to settle into the game a bit. Settle into the game and I think you'll be fine. From rock bottom, the only way is up. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We'll have to wait and see, though. I mean, I'm planning on doing a Six Nations review for each of the nations with a fan from each of the nations to get their thoughts on their campaign. So I'll probably get Ben from Rock and Roll Rugby on, chat about that. We'll get Kyle on to chat about Scotland, or we'll get Dan on. And for England, we'll get Debbie Knight, hopefully. And then for Italy, we get the guys from Leone Fiori, who I sent a message to actually congratulating them on the win, because what a win for them, and very, very deserving of that. Ireland beginning to play here now. On the 10-metre line, though. I mean, I've just seen a really reputable journalist suggesting that Pivac might be gone. So we'll have to wait and see how that develops. Do I have a link to my Facebook page? Yes, let me drop a link to you in the chat. Let me drop a link to you in the chat now. Pretty scrappy game, to be honest, so far. But not bad, not bad. Very good kick there, actually, from Ireland there. Johnny Sexton getting them into the 22. Not sure if it's going to be a 50-22 or not. There we go. My Facebook page, there's a link in the chat now. If people want to check it out, they're more than welcome to. I think it might have been a 50-22. It is as well. My voice is going to go, by the way, across the course of today. It's already going, and we are less than 15 minutes into the second game. Ireland have won the line out. It's really scrappy, though. Driving more set up. Someone's peeled off. I think it's Josh van der Fleer. He's definitely not got that down. It's been clearly held up. And it'll be a dropout for Scotland. Yeah, I'm really interested to see if Pivac goes. I'm really interested to see. We're so close. We're so close to a World Cup. That is the problem, isn't it? We are so close to a World Cup. And I don't know who you go get. I don't know what's going to happen. Who's my favourite player from each nation? Oh, a good question. From Wales, this Six Nations, Will Rowlands, I think has been really, really good. He's been our best player, I'd say. England, I really liked Harry Randall when he's played this Six Nations, to be honest. I don't actually think that Marcus Smith has had that great a tournament. Or Freddie Stewart. I think Freddie Stewart is a very, very good player. For Ireland, I think Matt Hansen's had a really good competition, hasn't he? He's shown that he's capable of playing at this level. For Italy, I really like Michele Lamaro, the captain. I think he's so busy, so involved in the game all the time. And then for Scotland, I love Darcy Graham. For France, Antoine Dupont. I think that's how I would go with it. So it's going to be a goal in goal dropouts. Hogg's going to get us back underway. He absolutely boots as far as he can. 15 minutes gone in this one, still 0-0. as Jack Conan puts in a hell of a run. My favourite player from Ireland, historically, it had been Ronan O'Gara. I used to love Ronan O'Gara. Oh, here come Ireland. This is more like it. Caelan Doris, Jack Conan, ball out wide here. Oh, has he managed to hold it up? He has. James Lowe somehow into the 22 here. Advantage to Ireland. And penalty to Ireland. Tackle off the ball. James Lowe takes it quick for Ireland. 5 metres short. That's a hell of a hit on him from Sam Johnson. Still playing advantage here for Ireland. Ireland beginning to go through the gears. Connor, I'll get back to your question in just a second after we get through this passage of play here. Scotland's defence holding pretty solid at the minute. Still playing the advantage though. 8 metres out. Sexton tries a little kick over the top. It's not going to work. And we'll come back for the advantage. Couple of penalties there given away by Scotland in quick succession in the 22. So they do need to be a little bit careful. Who's my favourite player from Ireland currently? Who do I really like watching? I'll give you two. In the forwards, I think it's Tyke Byrne. I just think that his work at the breakdown is incredible. Talking about him, he's actually down at the minute getting some treatment, though he's back on his feet. In terms of the backs, as I said, I really like Matt Hansen, James Lowe. I think Hugo Keenan has really grown into the role, quietly grown into the role as Ireland's #1 fullback option. I think he's really grown into that role. Ireland actually going to go to the corner here. Karma Peach, how you doing, mate? Good to see you again. Caelan Doris, your favourite player. Not a bad shout. He's grown, hasn't he? Probably this last summer's Lions tour came a little bit too early for him, but for the next one, 100% he has to be there. So Ian Henderson wins the line out for Ireland. Driving maul set up. He begins to move. This looks good. Advantage again. Porter crashes over. Dan Sheehan crashes over. And Ireland have their first score. Ireland lead this one by 5 points to 0. And to be honest, for the last 5 minutes, they've been the better team and they probably deserve that. Dan Sheehan's second try in 7 caps for him. 17 minutes gone. Ireland lead by 5 points to 0 off the back of the driving maul. Scotland giving away 4 penalties in quick succession in their own 22 there. I think if they had enough scored there, it probably would have been a yellow. But Sheehan, crashes over. And Ireland lead here by 5 points to 0. And they have settled the game down over the last 10 minutes or so. They've managed to settle it down quite a lot. And hopefully that will settle their nerves down. They can go and play the way they want. I'm just going to go fill my bottle. There we go. Otherwise, my throat will die. Johnny Sexton with a chance then to add the 2. And he's certainly taking his time with it. And Sexton adds the 2, and Ireland lead here by 7 points to 0. By 7 points to 0, Ireland lead. So Scotland to get us back underway. 19 minutes gone. Ireland leading by, as I said, 7 points to 0. Try from Dan Sheehan converted by Johnny Sexton. And a little bit of kicking going on here. Scotland winning the ball in the air on the 10-metre line of Ireland here. So chance for them to build, to head towards the halfway line. halfway point, sorry, of this first half. I think Scotland have looked pretty dangerous, actually. But again, you know, they make this break, but the support isn't there. And then they get isolated, and Ireland are managing to turn it over. Oh, I think there was an obstruction on James Lowe there. There was, yeah. So 20 minutes gone in this one. Ireland, as I said, leading by 7 points. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, make sure to like and follow the page. Like the stream on YouTube as well. It massively helps the stream out. It really does. Don't forget, there's also the option of a super chat. There's no pressure to do it. But if you want to support the channel financially and you join the content, then that is one way you can do that. You can do that through the little $ on the chat. But as I said, no pressure to do it at all whatsoever. So Ireland clear it downfield. As it stands, Ireland currently are winning the Six Nations. Obviously, France are to play later. Wales are guaranteed to finish 5th. England could finish as high as 3rd if they can beat France and if Scotland lose today. So we have to wait and see. Line out taken, driving more set up by Ireland here. Gibson Park gets it out into Bundyaki as the first receiver. Gibson Park gets it out again into Sexton. Sexton sends it up. I think he's overcooked that slightly, which he has. Oh, Darcy Graham only just about holding on to it. And the kick from Darcy Graham is, well, I think he's made probably about 5 meters in total on that kick. And it's going to be another line out to Ireland, who look in pretty dangerous at this point in the proceedings. Just got a good message from an Italian. You got to be happy for Italy. They deserve to win today. But as a Welshman, obviously, it's frustrating. But they deserve to win today. So congratulations to them. But we are focusing on Ireland against Scotland here. Still 7 points to 0. Ireland just outside the 22 here. I'm going to say it. If Ireland get another score here, I think it could get quite ugly for Scotland. Oh, brilliant turnover from Hamish Watson there. Rory Darge, sorry. Getting the turnover there. Brilliant turnover. Dylan, I'm afraid it's a watch along. So I can't show you the actual stream. So I just commentate as the game goes on. You can get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the game. If you're watching in the UK, it's live on ITV, so it's free to watch. So that's the way that you can watch it. Oscar, I'm afraid not. Just due to copyright, the channel will get taken down, and I don't fancy that happening. So unfortunately not. But hopefully I can keep you up to date here as much as I can. 23 minutes gone, then still 7 points to 0. And I've just had a brain moment. I completely forgot to do my fantasy team for today. I completely forgot to do it. Oh, well. I don't think I was really in contention to win it anyway, to be honest. Johnny Sexton just taking a little bit of a knock, but he is back on his feet and looks okay to go. And Hogg sends it downfield. Has he even reached touch? He has just about reaching touch then. Still leading here by 7 points to 0. Folks, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. We got so much coming on over the next week. We're going to do in-depth reviews of each nation for how they've done this year's Six Nations. We'll do a team of the tournament. And then, of course, I mean, we're back to URC. And then we're back to the end of that, back to European rugby. And then, of course, we've got the summer tours taking place. Lots of big games going on. So make sure to subscribe ready for that. Scotland off the line out, though, just outside the 22 here. And again, knocked on by Scotland. Lots of knock-ons here, and the weather is perfect for it. The weather's really, really good for it. I think Ali Price with the knock-on there. Things not clicking for Scotland. And I said, didn't I? I said that the things off the field will affect them. The things off the field will affect them. Whether they're aware of it or not, it will affect them. Because 6 of your senior players. So you got Stuart Hogg, Finn Russell, both of them are British and Irish Lions. And Stuart Hogg was starting for the Lions in the last summer. Captain of the team. Finn Russell, one of the best 10s in the world on his day, although I think he's overrated, to be honest. Shock horror. Ali Price, British and Irish Lion. Honestly, he's just a mess. It's just a mess, and the culture of that setup is not good enough. Let's stay with Brandon. He's a good guy. I try to be a good guy. We try. I'm really interested to see what happens with Pivac. I'd like to see Pivac come out and give a good explanation. There's not like, oh, do you know what, Italy were better on us than the day, and you know they did very well and they were very good and all this kind of jazz. I want to hear an explanation for whatever that was. I really do. Will we get it? Probably not, even though he's Welsh. I'm wearing the Irish jersey today. Again, Scotland penalised. Again, I mean, what is going on with Scotland? This is really, really poor from them, I've got to say. Offside. Ali Price, again, penalised. So 25 minutes gone. Chance for Sexton to send this one down towards the 22. Yeah, Ali Price just went way too early there. Miles offside. 5 penalties already conceded from Scotland. I think Italy conceded 6 in the whole of the first half, and Wales conceded 6 in the whole of the first half. Scotland managed to get 5 in 25 minutes. That's 1 every 5 minutes. Jeez, Xander Fagerson in the opening 25 minutes has already made 12 tackles. See what kind of day he's going to have. Come on, Ireland. Sandy, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the watch along. Line out here then to Ireland, about 5 metres outside. It's about 5 metres outside of the 22. Dan Sheehan, the try scorer, to feed it. As I said, I think if Ireland get another try before half time, I think it could get really ugly for Scotland. Their heads on in the right place today. You can tell that the discipline is absolutely shocking. You really worry for them. Gibson Park gets it out of the driving maul. Ringrose sends it over the top looking for Mac Hansen. Where's the bounce of the ball going? Rory Darge wins it. Just make sure that he doesn't go into his own goal area. Chance for Ali Price to clear this with a box kick. Interesting decision to kick there. Maybe Ringrose felt slightly isolated. Wasn't a bad kick necessarily. And a line out here. Did it touch an Irishman on the way? I'm not too sure. Russell, too much of a maverick potentially, but he just doesn't show up to games enough. He's not consistent enough. It was Sexton, sorry, with a kick over the top there. Yeah, he's just not consistent enough, I don't think. I don't think he's as good as people make out. Line out to Ireland then, about 10 metres out. Big chance here. One in the air by Jack Conan. Sheehan at the back, driving maul, set up. It's kind of gone down. Sheehan peels off the back. Runs at Hamish Watson, bounces him off. He's down on the ground, so they should be letting him go there. Tyke Byrne carries 5 metres short now. 27 minutes-ish gone here. Ireland looking pretty inevitable at this point of scoring. Unless Scotland can turn this over. Advantage here to Ireland. Jack Conan goes to the line. Has he reached? He's just short. Ball is there, though, for Ireland. Surely if they just go wide, they score here. Cian Healy picks and goes. He's got it down. He has. And Ireland have their second try. Ireland 14. Ireland 12. Scotland 0. Cian Healy crashes over there. Again, just too easy for this Irish team. Too easy for them. Cian Healy crashing over there. 116 appearances, 10 tries for him. And really well worked by Dan Sheehan here, who just bounces Hamish Watson off. They just go through the phases. Again, lack of discipline from Scotland, an advantage for them. And then you thought Jack Conan had gone over, but Cian Healy steps up and just powers himself over. It's too easy. Oh, don't worry about it, Gavin. That's fine, mate. But appreciate the support. Finn Russell is incomplete. I think that he has a lot to offer if he works hard and focuses. Yeah, I think his discipline is poor, but this is Scotland at the minute. Their discipline has gone out the window. They conceded, I think, 7 penalties already. And I said this could get ugly. This could get ugly because Scotland have nothing to play for, which you think would maybe let them play with a bit more freedom. But Ireland have something to focus on, something to go for. So 14-0, half an hour gone. As Scotland gets back underway, and Ireland will have a chance to clear here, where they'll go through the forwards first just to set up an opportunity to do so. And it's cleared away by Gibson Park. Good clearance from him. So, about 10 minutes to go until half time. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far in the comments. What do you make of it? Ireland leading by 14 points to 0. I think that off-field incident has really affected this Scotland team. Really affected it. Ali Price box kicks, sends it up towards Mac Hansen, who wins it in the air, but taken out by his own man. So there won't be a penalty for that. I'm afraid I can't show you the game. I'm afraid I'm not allowed to. I'd absolutely love to, but I can't show you because of copyright. It's live on ITV in the UK. You can get that for free. And if you can't get your ITV in the UK, get a free VPN and you can watch the game for free that way. There are plenty of free VPNs out there. Scotland with possession, though, here on the 10-metre line of Ireland. Kinghorn into Schumann. I'm not convinced by Kinghorn at 10 either, to be honest. Stuart Hogg makes half a break. Tackled, though, by Furlong. Knocked on by Scotland here. Gone backwards, says Wayne Barnes. I'm not sure about that. Scotland continue to play. Blair Kinghorn, inside ball to Carol Stain. Loose, but they do gather it. Sexton's taken a knock here. Sexton looks in a lot of pain. Ali Price box kicks, and he's kicked that way too far. And Gibson Park calls for the mark, takes it quick. Throws it, but it went into Kinghorn. And we're stopping play here for just a second. It's a little bit scrappy at the minute. Scotland, though, just lacking ideas, to be honest, to make half a break, but then Scotland get themselves... yeah, I don't know. Ireland, it's comfortable for them so far, I'd say. Right now, well, right now it's comfortable for them. It wasn't before. And let's have a look at some of your comments. Did you see Josh? Yeah, I did. I thought that was brilliant. I don't think Capuzzo was the best player for Italy. I thought Fischetti actually had a fantastic game. I thought Lamaro, again, had a brilliant game as the captain at 7. But Capuzzo with that run. But the reason they scored that is we're a minute and a half away from the final whistle. And it just needs a bit of composure. It's either you boot the leather off it and you get it out and you make them set themselves up again, or you just go through the face. Kieran Hardy kicks really loose. Capuzzo, it's a brilliant run, but 2 or 3 players miss a tackle and Padovani scores. But I'm not going to take anything away from Italy. They deserve to win. They're the better team. And they've been building up to that performance, haven't they? And yeah, they absolutely deserve that. Absolutely deserve it. Good take from Hogg in the air there. Scotland on the halfway line here. 8 minutes to go until half time, trailing by 14 points to nil. Started really, really well, but just not Wales, Jesus, but not really able to create anything, to be honest, over the last 20 minutes or so. And they seem to get stuck in this place where they make a breakthrough. The support either isn't good enough or they don't know what to do with it. They're too slow to get to the breakdown and Ireland can get themselves set. And again, they've been pushed back all the way from the halfway line to their own 10-metre line. And Ali Price is going to kick this one away. And Ireland's game plan is just really working so well. The kick is really poor from Ali Price, just not competitive at all. And Ireland will just set here, go again, go through a few phases, kick it downfield, knowing that Scotland can't really get out of their own area, to be honest. Chance here, though, for Ireland. Ringrose. Lovely half break from him up to the 10-metre line. Gibson Park. Good take by Ian Henderson. Schumann trying to turn it over, not able to do that. Ireland need to get this one out. They're taking way too long. It spills out of the maul. Chance here for Scotland was out forward to Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham backs himself, tackled in the 22. Chance here for Scotland. If they can get this ball out wide, there is a chance to go wide here. Hogg looks up and goes. He's got options. Cuts inside. Probably needed to give the pass. Hamish Watson takes it. Scotland in the 22 here. Ireland set defensively, though. Ali Price fires it back. Oh, good hands from Hamish Watson into Pierre Schumann. Ireland were trying to hold him up, but he's done well to get down to ground there. It's slow for Scotland, though. It's really slow. Nobody's coming on the momentum of their runs. Ferguson picks and goes. Tackled by Cian Healy. 6 phases deep here for Scotland. Ball into Kinghorn. Kinghorn inside. Oh, half a break from Darcy Graham. About 5 metres short here now. George Turner picks and goes. Scotland can score here just before half time with about 5 minutes going until half time. It's not a bad spot to be in at all. They're about 5 metres short here. They're making a couple of dents in the Irish defence. Johnny Gray, sorry, picks and goes. Richie Gray's not around anymore, is he? It's Richie Gray, yeah, he's still at Glasgow, isn't he? Pierre Schumann goes alone. Has he got that? He has. He scored. Oh, my gosh. Pierre Schumann has scored. I didn't think he'd got there, but Pierre Schumann crashes over from about 3 metres out, and Scotland get their first try of the game. Second try for Schumann in 9 caps, and the Safa Bourne has crossed over here for Scotland. You could argue on that breakdown, I don't know if it hit Wayne Barnes or not. But lots of patience from Scotland. They went through the phases. They waited for the chances to come. Darcy Graham had a nice little break to get them a few more metres. And then Schumann throws the dummy, picks and goes. Oh, is there double movement there? Has he even reached the line? All right, he's reached the line. He's definitely reached the line, but they're going to have a look at this. Yeah, I think this is a double movement from Pierre Schumann. I don't think this is going to count. The TMO are going to have a look at this. He's done 2 things. I think there's a double movement. I think when he's got the ball, he's rolled the ball forward to try and get it on the line. He's not placed it on the line. He's rolled it forward. So I don't think this is going to count. It's a difficult one to call this. I think there's double movement. So the tackle's completed. He's allowed to stretch. Might be harsh to give his double movement, actually, on looking on it again. I think the try is going to be given, and I actually think, fair play to Wayne Barnes and the team, that try will stand. Pierre Schuman's try stands for Scotland. That probably is the right decision. So Scotland on the board, and a chance here for, I assume that's going to be Kinghorn who will take the kick to the post. It will be. And a chance for Kinghorn to get his first kick of the match. 4 minutes to go until half time. We'll take a break at half time. Just make a cup of tea and get a few bits sorted. But we're back for the second half. And don't forget, later on tonight, we'll be doing this one, of course. England against France in Paris. Live from 7:45. Kick-off at 8 o'clock. Join me live for that one. It'd be great to have your company for that. Kinghorn has actually horrifically missed that kick. He's put that really wide. So 3.5 minutes to go until half time. Do let me know your thoughts. I think that try is okay to stand. I think potentially a double movement would have been a little bit harsh. Potentially would have been a little bit harsh. So just over 3 minutes to go until half time. Johnny Sexton gets us underway. It's been a really weird first half. Really weird first half. If Ireland had started the game a little bit better, I think they'd be quite far in the lead because Scotland have been really poor. And again, Tyke Furlong has managed to get a turnover there. And this is a big decision for Ireland. Do they go for the corner here? Or do they take the points? Because it's very kickable. It's a really, really kickable point. But what are they going to do? That is the question. What do they do here? It's good to see so many of you getting to know each other in chat as well. Make sure to keep that coming. Get your thoughts, get your questions in at half time. So Ireland have gone to the corner. 5 meter line out. And I mean, after all the good work that this after Scotland did to get that try, it could all count really for not all that much, to be honest. Conor Quainan, oh no, I thought I saw Conor Quainan in the chat. I didn't. Misread. Penalty to Scotland. Wow. I think George Turner's managed to get the turnover. So chance here for Scotland to clear their line. So both teams very willing to give each other the ball at this point. Yeah, really good turnover from George Turner there. Grant Gilchrist it is, sorry, my bad. So 1.5 minutes to go until half time. If you're watching, by the way, folks, and you've not yet hit the like button, please do that. It really helps the stream out. Subscribe if you're on YouTube, like and follow if you're on Twitch or Facebook. And of course, get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the game that we saw before, Italy against Wales. Of course, Italy again, their first win in, what was it? Was it 36 games that they played without a win? And in the Six Nations, what a result that is for them, obviously. And on this game, and then the game we have later on, of course, England against France in Paris. We'll be doing a live watch along for that one as well. So it's going to be a busy day on the channel. No, Scotland can't get second place. No, not possible. They lost against Scotland, not Scotland. They lost against Wales, and they also lost against France, if you remember. Good scrum here from Scotland. Really good scrum from Scotland. Advantage to them as well. Just inside their own goal area, they're going to look to play here. I mean, they do have the advantage, so you can understand to an extent why they're trying to play. But they'll come back for the original penalty off the scrum. Yeah, so today England could finish third if results go their way. Wales and Italy will finish where they'll finish. Nothing else is going to change that. And Ireland could still win the competition if they win this game and France lose. While France obviously will win the Grand Slam if they win against England. If Ireland lose here and France don't win, France will win the Six Nations anyway. So it's only France and Ireland who can win it. So where the clock is in the red, so I think this is going to be the last play of the first half, and it is, and that is half time. So at half time, it is Ireland leading here by 14 points to 5 at the Aviva. Ireland leading 14 points to 5 against Scotland. Tries for Andrew Porter and for Cian Healy. For Dan Sheehan and Cian Healy, and then a try for Pierre Schumann for Scotland. That is a score at half time. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break here on the channel. Make sure, as I said before, to leave a like on the stream and let me know your thoughts in the chat. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Like and follow my socials, all linked down below in the description of this video. So make sure to go give them a follow. I'll be back in a second. Don't go away. there we go. We are back. It is half time in this one. Well, I got to say, it is half time. I'm afraid not able to show the game due to copyright issues. It's just a watch long. I give a bit of commentary, and people can, of course, get involved in the chat and let me know their thoughts. Jesus, hiccups. As I said, it is half time. Ireland leading this one by 14 points to 5. It's not been a great game, has it? Whatsoever, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, let me know what you think of the game so far. And as I said, not a great game, but Ireland probably the better of the two sides. Lots of errors, lots of ill discipline. And we will have a look at the stats in just a second to see what is truly going on in this one. If you're just joining us, by the way, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube, and like and follow on Facebook as well. Get involved in the channel as we push towards 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'd love to hit that as soon as possible. Right, shall we have a chat then about that first half? Scotland, I actually thought started really, really well in terms of the game. I really did think they started well, but Ireland slowly began to take dominance and control of the game. And then they got their 2 tries, didn't they, through Cian Healy and Dan Sheehan. But you've got to give credit to Scotland. They came back into it, began to control the game a little bit. And then Pierre Schumann with a really good finish from him, showing good strength. They did look at it on the TMO to see if there was any double movement, but the referees were pretty happy with what they had seen so far. But it really hasn't been a vintage Irish performance, this one. And to be honest, Scotland are struggling in this one, really struggling in this one. I think they are truly struggling in this one. Of course, earlier on, we did see this game. We saw Italy beating Wales for the first time since 2007 and winning for the first time in Cardiff, winning for the first time in the Six Nations since 2015. So congratulations to them. If you don't know, I'm a Welshman, very proud one, but you've got to congratulate Italy. They were the better team. I have done a match reaction to that. It's live on the channel now. Let me tell you, I rant a little bit. I do. But you've got to congratulate Italy. I've got some Italian friends who also do some great coverage of Italian rugby, and I'm going to try and chat with them over the week to get an understanding of what it means for Italian rugby. And so massive congratulations to them. And with everything that's gone on, of course, with the whole chat about whether they should be involved in the Six Nations or not, maybe today was the night to prove them all wrong and to shut them all up. Maybe that was the night. Let's have a chat then. What do you guys make of this game so far? Let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And just before we do that, we will take a quick look at the stats, as we always do, to see where this game has been won and lost. And I'd be really interested, actually, to have a look and see what the penalty stats are like in terms of Scotland. So in terms of possession, Ireland just a little bit less than Scotland. Possession and territory, very, very similar, to be honest. Time in possession. Scotland have actually had a lot more of the ball, but look at that. Time in opposition, 22, 33 seconds for Scotland, just not being anywhere near long enough in those areas, in those key areas of the pitch. A possession in opposition, 22, as I said, 27.5%. But the really interesting one is going to be the discipline here, isn't it? This is it. Penalties conceded, 6 penalties conceded for Scotland. I think Wales conceded 5 in the first half against Italy, which is pretty high. For Scotland to concede 6 already is pretty worrying. And for Ireland, conceded 3 already is not up to their usual standards. But you've got to give it to Scotland. 6. You've got to give it to Ireland, sorry. They managed to control this game on the whole, but it's not really been a vintage performance from them. Offside penalties, 2 penalties conceded. For me, that's just laziness or lack of concentration. Never really should be getting caught offside at this level, in my opinion. But on the whole, you have to say Ireland probably do deserve the win so far, winning so far. But there's a lot to be improved upon. Certainly are, a lot to be improved upon. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts. But it's going to be really interesting to see what happens now in terms of terms of Wayne Pivac, what do we think? Let me do a poll actually in the chat really quick. And the question will be, right, let's make one here. Let's end this one. And we will make a new one. Let's have a look if we can do this. There we are. So the question is going to be, should Wales sack Pivac? And you can vote in the poll that's going to drop now and let me know your thoughts. Should Wales sack Wayne Pivac? What do you think? Let me know. In the poll, should Wales be looking to get rid of them? I'm afraid I'm not. I'm not allowed to due to copyright reasons. This is just a watch along. So I give my thoughts on the game as it goes along, lets you know what happens. And of course, yeah, you can get involved in the chat. I'm afraid it's just watch along. It does say in the description of the video that I'm not allowed to due to copyright reasons. But you can get involved here. Kyle from Capstarky, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're able to catch most of the games, even though you're in work. Too many hours, too much cowardice from Scotland so far for my liking. Yeah, it's been an odd game, hasn't it? Really odd game so far. Not been a vintage performance whatsoever. Make sure to vote in the poll then. Should Wales sack Pivac? Vote in the poll and we'll have a look at what you say. I'd be really interested to know what you guys think. Because sometimes in the moment, your reaction, your emotion can get the better of you. But I hope that that is certainly not the case. Who do I want to win this game, you mean, Killian? To be honest, I want Ireland to win just because I think that it keeps it interesting for the France-England game, doesn't it? And I think Ireland deserve to win the Triple Crown. They've been the best of the home nations so far. Better than flipping Wales, honestly. I am a Welshman. You know, I'm a Welsh fan. Honestly, honestly, it's a bit of a mess. But do vote in the poll. What do you think? Pivac to be sacked, yes or no? If you're watching on YouTube, you can vote in the poll, of course, so let me know your thoughts there. My only question mark over sacking Pivac at this point, though, there's two, really. There's two. Who do you get in to replace him? And the second thing is it too late? You know, we're so close to a World Cup at this point. Is it just too late? Is that the case that it is just simply too late? Cowardice and now we defend the line-out's not doing great, stopping Ireland's maul. So why not compete at the line-out and try to win the ball back? I think it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? You feel like if you don't compete, then you may have missed an opportunity to steal the ball, but then you're thinking, will our defensive maul be set? It's the risk you have to take. And even though Scotland have played woeful, I think Scotland have been really bad in general, to be honest, barring the first 5 minutes where they got a few nice breaks. I think they're still in this game. You're only 5-14 down. If you get the next score, makes it interesting. If Ireland score the next one, I can't see you coming back into the game. Right, both teams are out. We are ready. Sorry, Ireland are out. We're waiting for Scotland. Keep your questions, keep your comments coming in. As I said before, don't forget we're going to be doing a watch-along for this one, France against England. Can France win the Grand Slam? That is the big question. We're going to find out later. Coverage starts at 7:45 p.m. Kickoff at 8 p.m. Once this stream ends, it will automatically load into that one on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitch, make sure to hit the follow button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live. Right, we're ready for the second half. Let's hope for a little bit of a better second half. But Ireland with a chance here to win the Triple Crown and keep the pressure on this French side as they still have a job to do in Paris. I think the other question to ask is Blair Kinghorn. What's he done this game so far? Not much. Not much at all. And if you're still competitive at 60 minutes, I think Finn Russell has to come on. I think that is what you've got to do. Right, both players, sets of players are ready. It's going to be Stuart Hogg to get us underway. He's taking over as the kicker. It seems like anyway. And Stuart Hogg will eventually get us underway, and he has. So Stuart Hogg gets us underway. Oh, Scotland trying to win it off the restarts, but unable to do so. Just about Ireland getting it back here. 2 tries to 1. I think I backed Ireland to win 30-15. I still think Ireland will win comfortably. It'll be interesting to see. Here comes Scotland, though. On the 10-metre line. Johnny Gray carries. Good clean ball for Ali Price. Hogg makes half a break. Tackled by Ian Henderson. Good carry from Xander Ferguson there. Ball out to the backs here. Kinghorn into Sam Johnson, into Rory Darge. Good half break from Kinghorn. Sneaking up towards the 22. And turned over, though, by Caelan Doris. Good turnover from Ireland. Ireland actually look pretty comfortable in defence there, to be honest. But it's a solid turnover. Sorry, it's Tyke Byrne who's managed to get the turnover. Blair Kinghorn caught there. I'm not convinced by Kinghorn at 10 at international level. I know he's done well for Edinburgh this season, but I'm not convinced as him as an international 10, to be honest. So as it stands, Ireland are winning the competition. Of course, they know that a victory here tonight and a defeat for France will give them the Six Nations title. Again, a bonus point would certainly help them out. Hey, glad you're liking it, Martin. Hope you're doing well, Martin. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while in the chat. Hope things are well with you. I can't remember what year this is from, but it is one of my favourites. I've got all the home nations barring England. Sorry, I'm Welsh. So, yes, I will be wearing a France top for the next game. A line out here won by Ireland. Driving maul set up. As Dan Sheehan is at the back of it. Gibson Park will take over, I think. Yes, he does. Fires it out. Bundyaki is the first receiver. Sexton on that wraparound. Into Ringrose. Big carry from him. Over the halfway line. Penalty to Ireland. Gibson Park takes a quick burst through the gap. He's heading to the 22. What options has he got? Looks for the grubber. Into the hands of Mac Hansen. Oh, has he kept it alive? He has as well. Ireland here into the 22. Good pace from them. Ian Henderson gives into Sexton. Bundyaki takes it on. Hansen as the first receiver. Interesting choice to have him there. Is he isolated? No. Gibson Park gets it into Sexton. Sexton switches direction of play. Caelan Doris carries. Ball is slow, though. Sexton into Aki. Aki runs into Johnny Gray. Sexton. Back into Hugo Keenan. 6 phases deep here for Ireland. Byrne carries. Not really making any meters or dents. Sexton into Jack Conan. Scotland trying to hold him up, but not able to do that. It was a little grubber through from Gibson Park, but it's not worked. And Darcy Graham will get a chance to clear this one from a dropout 22. It all started from that Gibson Park quick tap penalty. Tried a little kick over to the back. Hansen actually somehow kept it alive, which is pretty impressive. But Ireland not able to really capitalise on that opportunity there. And they get us back underway here. Jack Conan carries just over the 10-metre line once again. Gibson Park. Ireland beginning to dictate things early on here. Into Jack Conan. Conan into Sexton. Sexton tackled. Gibson Park into Hansen. Hansen into Conan. Keane Healy carries. Good hands. Hansen into Jack Conan. Ireland forcing the offloads a little bit too much here. Similar to what they were doing against England. They just need to be patient here and wait for the gaps to open. Sexton into James Lowe. Again, everyone is very still. Nobody's running onto the ball with momentum. They're just outside the 22 now. A little bit better here. A little bit more pace. Good shove coming in here from Ireland. Just over 5 minutes gone of this second half. Ian Henderson carries. I think it's been ripped by Scotland, and it has. Is there a chance for a counter here for Scotland? Ball is there. They just need to get it out. And eventually, Scotland do get the penalty. Gavin says, sorry to go off topic, I wanted to add RIP Federico Martin Arambu, who was murdered in Paris in the early hours of this morning. I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that, unfortunately. Federico Martin Arambu. They did mention something on the TV before. Wow. Former player who played for Glasgow Warriors and for Argentina. After he's allegedly shot dead. Wow. Died in Paris. Played for Stade Francais, played for Glasgow Warriors, played for Argentina. When they went all the way to the semi-finals in 2007 and finished third. Played for Biarritz, Perpignan, UC Dax, Glasgow Warriors and CSI. Really, really sad news. So rest in peace to him and the horrific situation. Only 2 years older than myself, yeah. Yeah, scored a try against France 2007. I vaguely remember that. Wasn't that the Principality? That game was at the Principality, I think. If I remember correctly. I think it was. Because the Argentina against Ireland game was definitely at the Principality, and then they lost to New Zealand. No, who did they lose to in the semis? I can't remember who they lost to in the semis. Not straight line out. Sorry, not closing the gap for Ireland there. So chance Scotland to get down the field here, just outside the 22. If Scotland were to score now, it'd make it really, really interesting. But if Ireland were to score, you'd think that that would probably be the game done. But here comes Scotland off the driving maul. Sam Johnson into Kinghorn. Kinghorn spreads it out wide. Hogg into Carl Steyn. Scotland just outside the 22. Pierre Schumann. Oh, that looked interesting from Schumann on Ian Henderson there. I'm not sure there was a high arm there. The ball is there for Scotland, but they have been pushed back to their own 10-metre line here. And they're, I don't know, I feel like Scotland are struggling a little bit like Wales are in terms of creativity. Is that link with Finn Russell on the back line that important for them? Potentially. Kinghorn has not worked today whatsoever. It really hasn't worked. He's missed a horrific kick. But I just don't think he's a 10 at international level. I really don't. I think he's fine as a fullback option off the bench, maybe even a 10 off the bench. But to start a game like this, I really don't think he's like the right guy, to be honest. Scotland still, I mean, they've been pushed back even further here. Carl Steyn tries a little kick through. It might actually work for them with the bounce of the ball as Hogg gets it. He's going to go for the corner here. And he hasn't passed. Stuart Hogg hasn't passed. Hugo Keenan makes an incredible tackle. A simple pass there would have been a try. I don't know how Scotland haven't scored there. I'm sorry, but Stuart Hogg needs to just pass, not be greedy. They're going to check a potential foul play as I begin to dribble, which is disgusting. Don't know why. Yeah, it's this one with Schumann on Ian Henderson. I thought it looked dodgy. Oh, yeah, he's put his arm straight into the face of Ian Henderson. He's an idiot. He's led with the arm and pushed smack into the chin of Ian Henderson. This could be a red. This easily could be a red. If you're watching this, let me know in the chat. What do you think? Is this a red card? I don't think he's got much option. I can't see another way that if Duran van der Merwe is getting sent off for a handoff to the face for Worcester a couple of weeks ago, this has to be a red. Ian Henderson is not dipping whatsoever. Schumann gathers the ball. He catches in his right and he leads with the left arm and just shoves him straight into the chin. Ian Henderson hasn't dipped at all. There's no mitigation. I don't know. It seems as if Wayne Barnes is saying that he was holding onto the ball and so it's okay, but wow. Wow, that is a big, big call. No foul play, apparently. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Hogg has to pass there, by the way. How he hasn't passed, why he's been so greedy there, I don't know. But that could certainly come back to bite them. But I think it's a yellow at least. I think if you're going to lead with an arm like that, Wayne Barnes seems to think that he's got both hands on the ball. I think he's got the ball in the right hand. He's led with the left arm and smacked it straight into the chin of Ian Henderson. I don't see how that can't be a yellow, at least. If you're just joining, by the way, folks, it is currently Ireland leading by 14 points to 5. 50 minutes gone in this one. Make sure to leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying. Subscribe, of course, to the channel. We're going to be doing France against England later. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, give us a like and a follow. Big call down, Schumann. Really big call. I personally felt like Ian Henderson had done everything that he should do there. You know, I don't know. But do let me know your thoughts on that. Line out 2, Ireland 1. They set up the drive more. Josh van der Fleer peels off the back. Brilliant turnover. Oh, not quite off his feet. I thought George Turner had done enough there to get the turnover done. Not quite. Half an hour to go in this one, though. You do feel like if Ireland score another one, that it's game over. I just can't see how this Scotland team comes back. They've not been playing great at all. I'm going to message Dan and see what he thinks. We'll see if he answers me. See if what he says. Oh, knocked on by Ireland here off the line out. Chance here then for Scotland potentially to counter. Ball into Kinghorn. Kinghorn spreads it out wide. There's a 3-on-2 here. They can get it there. Chris Harris carries Kellen Doris into Darcy Graham. Knocked on by, Kyle Steyn. And scrum to Ireland. It's a little bit scrappy at the minute, to be honest. And the weather conditions, you can't complain about them. It's just beautiful in Dublin, as it is around most of the UK. It's actually warm in the UK at the minute. I played five-a-side on Thursday night, and it was T-shirts and shorts. I couldn't believe it. Oh, knocked on, by Chris Harris it was. Not Kyle Steyn. So it is going to be a scrum to Ireland. I mean, it just hasn't clicked. Kinghorn has not worked for Scotland. Whether Townsend will be too stubborn, is going to be too stubborn for to bring Finn Russell on. But I think this game is crying out for some control. Is Finn Russell the right man for control? Maybe not. George Turner's leaving the field, though. His day is done. And it's actually a lot of changes going on here for Scotland. Stuart McAnally, sorry, is the one to replace Rory Dodge. I honestly thought that Ireland would have been much more comfortable with this. I think both teams have really struggled. Fraser Brown is also on, Grant Gilchrist off, Sam Skinner on. So those changes have gone through. Yeah, I thought Ireland would win this by a bonus point. I haven't seen enough from Scotland. Scotland haven't been great, but Ireland haven't helped themselves. So scrum here to Ireland. Solid shove coming in from them. They do get it out there. Matt Hansen puts boot to ball. Interesting decision. Carl Steyn under pressure here. They need to get rid of it. Ali Price does manage to clear it. Has actually made a really good amount of ground there. That's a hell of a clearance from Ali Price. I don't know why Matt Hansen put boot to ball for that. Hi to you. Hope you're doing well watching on Twitch. You joined us on a few before, so good to see you. Who are we talking about there, Martin? Remind me. I'm sorry, my knowledge of USA presidents isn't the greatest. Or is it Irish president? Let me know. Is it Prime Minister in Ireland? Oh, I don't want to get political. Keaton Healy's going off. Dave Kilcoyne is on. Jack Conan is off. And in his place comes Peter O'Mahony. So you think Caelan Doris would probably move to 8. Peter O'Mahony would go to 6. Ireland win the line out, though. Just outside the 22 here. Good run from Bundyaki. Gibson Park into the forwards. Gibson Park back into Caelan Doris. Good run here by O'Mahony into the 22. Oh, let's not get political now, Karma Peach. Let's not do that. This is a rugby channel, yeah. Let's try and keep it like that. Guys, let's try and keep it rugby, yeah. Bit of a mess this game at the minute, but you know, try and keep it rugby. I have no idea what just happened there in that patch of play. It was so scrappy. I'm so excited for the next game. It's all good, Common Peach. Just means that some people will get a bit, you know how it is. Oh no, that's come off Chris Harris. And that's bounced into his own goal area. So that's going to be a scrum to Ireland, 5 meters out. Yeah. This is a big scrum here. Chance here for Ireland. I mean, big scrum, big scrum. If you're just joining us, Ireland, big chance here. Like and subscribe to the channel, of course. Let me know your thoughts. Scrum goes straight down. Penalty to Ireland at the scrum as well. What do you mean by that? He's doing his press conference, is he? They stick it in the corner. Ireland stick it in the corner. Yeah, former Argentina back, Martin Aramburu, shot dead in Paris. Crazy. Crazy. Right, 5 meter line out here for Ireland. Stolen by Scotland. What a steal. What a steal. And if they can clear their lines here. Oh, Pivac for president. Sorry. Oh, dear me. He wouldn't do anything. Oh, charge down. Stuart Hogg needs to clear it and he manages to do it. This game has suddenly come to life. James Lowe collects it just outside the 22, runs. Scotland trying to hold him up. I think he's down on the ground here. But penalty to Scotland. Managed to hold him up long enough. And it will be a scrum to Scotland. Yeah, RIP to Federico. Absolutely. It's a really sad story. And yeah, I think they mentioned it prior to kickoff in this one. They'll certainly mention it because, of course, he played for Stade Francais, played for Biarritz, Perpignan. So they'll certainly mention it in the next game. But really, really sad. What a win for Italy. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I'm a Welshman. But there is a match reaction to that. And in the week, I'm going to sit down and really deep dive into what happened in the game. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of questions about Wayne Pivac. Personally, I think he should go. Personally, that's just how I feel. I don't think he will. I don't think he will go. I think he's too proud. But also, I don't think the Welsh Rugby Union will change anything before the World Cup. But I do think he should go. WP now, by the way, is on for Scotland. I think he's come on for Xander Fagerson. Solid scrum for Ireland there. And they've won the penalty at the scrum as well. Good luck when you play us in South Africa. Yeah, really looking forward to that, actually. That's in the summer, isn't it? And we'll need all the luck we can get. Whether that's with Wayne Pivac in charge or whether that's with someone else in charge, it'll be interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Big call here for Ireland. Penalty just outside the 22. I think you stick this in the corner, don't you? Bundiaki's going off for Ireland here. And Robbie Henshaw has come on. Not a bad person to replace, is it? And to bring on. Yes, Sexton's going to stick this one in the corner again. And we've got about 25 minutes to go in this one. And as I said before, we were going to be doing this one later. France against England. Can France win the Grand Slam? 7:45 p.m. kickoff. Going live at 7:45 p.m. with kickoff at 8 p.m. If you're watching on YouTube, it will automatically load into that once the stream ends. And if you're on Facebook or Twitch, make sure to hit the follow and like button, and then you'll be notified when we go live. Line out here to Ireland. They do win this one, though. They don't even set up the driving ball. Dan Sheehan's peeled off the back. Good pace here from Ireland, but knocked on by Caelan Doris. And it's going to be a scrum to Scotland on their own 5-metre line. Things haven't clicked for either team today. Really haven't clicked for either team. Whether that's the pressure Ireland might feel, Scotland have nothing to play for. It's a tough one to call, isn't it? So as it stands, Ireland are still winning the Six Nations, but of course it is all down to what happens in Paris. But a bonus point would certainly help Ireland in their quest. Make it pretty interesting. So scrum here to Scotland, 5 metres out. We're heading towards the final 20. Thank you very much for joining me on this watch-along today. Hope you've enjoyed the watch-alongs over the course of the Six Nations. We're still, of course, going to be doing them for the URC. There's a load of games next week. And we'll be doing them. Of course, it might be a bit quiet on the channel till about Wednesday because I've got some uni deadlines to get in. So I'll be focusing on that. But normal content will resume later in the week, I'm sure. Ireland here, just outside the 22. Ireland have struggled to break Scotland down. That's credit to Scotland's defence, which on the whole has been okay. Ireland slowly in the 22 here. Mac Hansen with half a break. James Lowe, 5 metres short here. Ireland trying to push to get that third try to probably kill off the game, to be honest. Gibson Park into Tiger Byrne. A metre short now. Scotland trying to turn the ball over. Have they managed to do it? No advantage to Ireland here. Furlong wants it. Josh van der Fleer wants it. It goes to Dan Sheehan. Still advantage to Ireland. 5 metres short here. into Robbie Henshaw. Tries to go alone, and he's a metre short as well. Gibson Park into Caelan Doris. Good defence here from Scotland. Ireland just need to be patient. Into Josh van der Fleer. Josh van der Fleer for the line, and Josh van der Fleer has scored. And I think that's going to be the try to win the game for Ireland. Josh van der Fleer crashes over for Ireland, and I think that is going to be the score to win them the game here. 19 points to 5 now. 7th try and 40 caps for Josh van der Fleer. And Ireland lead here by 19 points to 5 with 20 minutes to go. They were eventually able to find the gap. It's a little bit scrappy. It came out to Gibson Park, but Josh van der Fleer steps it and takes it and finishes. Johnny Gray gambles, shoots out the line, and he gambles wrong, and Josh van der Fleer crosses for Ireland. Ooh. Are they going to have a look at that? Does he get the ball down? On first glances, no. Does he get it down, though? I think they're going to have a look at this. I think they're going to have a look at this. They're going to have a look at this, see if Josh van der Fleer has grounded it, because we saw for a second after he went over the line that he'd been held up. Whether he's managed to turn over and pull it down. Oh, and it's fine. Referee says that it's fine. So Ireland lead here by 21 points to 5, and that's probably more like it. Now, the big question for me now is, what happens with Ireland now? Do they come out and attack more? Do they try and get that bonus point? And what happens with Scotland? What is their game plan now? Because the reality is they've been poor today. To be honest, across the whole Six Nations, I think they've been quite poor. I don't think Scotland have been good this Six Nations at all, to be honest. I know, speaking to the likes of Kyle, to Dan, who regularly come on the channel, of course, they're Scotland fans, and they follow the regions, the sides, of course, and, you know, they're involved in the game a lot. They also feel the same. That it's not been a good campaign, that Scotland haven't, although they've beaten England, they've beaten Italy, they haven't performed particularly well. This isn't a great performance from Ireland, but it's been fairly comfortable, I would say. So Scotland get us back underway. Part of me feels, if you're Stuart Townsend, I think the game is probably lost here. Is there any point bringing Finn Russell off the bench? Do you just give Kinghorn the full 80? Sam Johnson's off. Mark Bennett's come on. Ali Price off. And Ben White has come on in his place. But 20 minutes to go. Just under 20 minutes to go. Again, Scotland falling apart here. They can't even hold on to their own line out. Martin Murray wants them to push for the bonus points. Yeah, so inconsistent for Scotland. Richard, I'm unfortunately not going to do any watch-alongs tomorrow. One, my voice is going already, and we've still got another 80 minutes to do. But also, I got family up tomorrow, and I try and keep Sundays off pretty much on watch-alongs as much as I can, to be honest. Just so, you know, usually that's like family day for me, which is important. So, unfortunately not, but I will be watching them. Certainly will be keeping an eye on me. My dad will probably watch Wales against Italy in the 20s. Let's hope they can do a better job. But we're under 20s team beat England this year, so I'm not counting my chickens. Not counting my eggs, whatever the saying is. A little bit of kick tennis going on here between the two sides. And Hogg's going to actually run this from his own 22. Bit of space out wide. Cuts inside. Just about held on the halfway line by Gary Ringrose. As Ben White gets it out, and already he's really speeding the game up. Blair Kinghorn. Good hands here from Scotland. Hamish Watson straightens the line. Good tackle on him from Matt Hansen. He forced the offload. And it's going to go out. It's going to be a line out, I think, to Ireland here. I won't ask for what. I won't ask for what. But yeah, not long to go now. I don't think I am. I'm on ITV. And I'm on TV. I'm not playing it through the ITV hub. I'm on 62 minutes. Ian Henderson is off. Kieran Treadwell has come on. And Matt Fagerson is also going off. I'm not sure who's going to replace him yet. We will find out. It is Josh Bayliss on. Let me have a look. Let's see if I actually am that far behind. I don't think that I should be. Unless ITV are playing now, but they shouldn't be. Oh, wow. Maybe I am. And that's weird. I don't know why that's the case. But it is. It's a little bit frustrating. There we go. Not all that much that unfortunately I can do with it. 62.5 minutes. That's what I am on. Let me know what time you guys are on then. I don't know why. Whether it's the broadcasters on ITV. If you guys are watching in Ireland, you may be ahead of me. Potentially that's what it could be. Potentially that's what it could be. But we continue here. Please don't spoil the game for me in the chat. Ireland here, though, just inside the Scotland half. 17 minutes to go in this one. Advantage to Ireland here. Again, a lot of lack of discipline from Scotland. I'd be really interested at the end of the game to see what the discipline stats are for this Scotland team. They must have given away easily 15, well, probably not, maybe 12, 13 penalties. And again, they're really pushing the line, you know, what they should be doing. You know, Hamish Watson had the breakdown there, not helping himself, but eventually they do get the turnover there. And Hogg can send this one downfield. I don't think he's reached touch. He has. That's a hell of a kick. That's a monstrous kick to put them 6 meters out from the try line. If Scotland are going to do anything in this game, they need to score here, you feel. So line out here then to Scotland. Fraser Brown to feed it. 15 minutes to go. Scotland need to score here. They have to score. Driving maul is set up. Pretty solid from Ireland in defence. Ben White gets it out, fires it into Chris Harris. Oh, ripped beautifully by Robbie Henshaw there. And after all the hard work, oh, Scotland still have it though. Went backwards, says Wayne Barnes. Yeah, I'm on 65 minutes as well. That's what I'm on now. I'm on 65 minutes. Scotland attacking in the 22. Ireland have turned it over though. I'm on 65 minutes now. Whether YouTube has been a bit weird and the stream's been a bit weird, maybe. That is the only other way that it could be. I'm not too sure. Oh, a huge tackle coming in on Hogg by Dave Kilcoyne. Scotland on the 10-metre line here. Decent hands from them, but time is ticking away for them. Oh, James Lowe's messed that up, Gibson Park, sorry. And he's knocked it on. And this is going to be a scrum to Scotland with 14 minutes to go. Massive hit there on Hogg from Dave Kilcoyne. We're just watching it back there. I'm really interested. Sorry, I know I keep on harping about it, but I'm really interested. Okay, I think you guys are probably like 30 seconds in front of me, and there's probably a delay of 30 seconds through YouTube. So you're probably, you guys are probably about a minute ahead of me. So we'll keep an eye on that. Chris Harris is off for Scotland. Finn Russell has come on. I think Finn Russell's actually going to go to the centre here. I think he's going to go to outside centre. And I think Mark Bennett's going to play in inside centre. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I know I mentioned it a lot, but I'm really interested to see what the press conference is and what Pivac says after the game, because he's got a lot to answer for. Scrum here to Scotland, though. Again, really got to score here if they want to get this game. If they want to get anything from this game. It's a good shove coming from Ireland, and it's a huge penalty, though, to Scotland. Ben White takes it quick. Ball in here to Bennett. Huge tackle on him from Gary Ringrose and Henshaw. And Ireland have managed to rip it out the tackle. Byrne, there's a chance to go wide here. Hansen looks up, puts boot to ball. It's not a bad kick. Puts it into the 22 of Scotland. Hogg sends it back. But again, it's really comfortable. Josh van der Fleer gives it to James Lowe, who sends it back up. And we're going to have a bit of kick tennis here, I think. Finn Russell sends it back down the middle. Plenty of time for Hugo Keenan. And yeah, Neil dotted down, and they'll have a the kick from within their own half, within their own goal line. Did I miss that one? Yeah, 4-minute delay on your end. Yeah, I think it's through ITV, to be honest. We're just getting the change now that Finlay Beelum is coming on. So it seems like it's ITV over here. It seems like... Are you on RTE2, I assume? Something like that. Well, my clock anyway. We've got about 12 minutes to go in this one. Ireland leading by 21 points to 5. Scotland just can't seem to get the better of Ireland at all at the minute. And really, they're going to have to score in the next minute or so, I think. To us, I think it's game over anyway, but... Oh, they managed to knock it on. Kyle Steyn knocks it on. And it is going to be a scrum to Ireland here. 11.5 minutes to go. Kinghorn at 10 just has not worked today. Scotland haven't been good enough. That's the bottom line. He was on the bench. He was on the bench. That's the thing that you got to talk about, though, is that despite the situation and what happened, they were still allowed to play, which I found very strange. So, who knows, honestly. So, scrum here. Oh, yeah, Conor Murray is on for me now. Yeah. So I think I'm probably about 2 to 4 minutes behind you guys. But there we go. That's how it is, unfortunately. So scrum here to Ireland. Can they finish with a bonus point? It's not been a great performance, but they haven't had to be that good. I think that's more of an indictment on this Scottish team. I think the situation off the field really hasn't helped them. But again, they don't seem to be able to play their own game. The problem with this Scotland team is they're not big enough up top. They just get bullied up top. And they've been bullied pretty hard today, I think, up top. Solid scrum, though. And Scotland have won the penalty of the scrum. So the Irish scrum, again, like last week, struggling in this one. Dave Kilcoyne penalised for collapsing the scrum. And last chance for Scotland, maybe. Stick this in the corner. Man, I'm dying for a piss. 10 minutes to go, though. I'm absolutely dying for a piss. Thank you to everyone who, by the way, has liked and subscribed so far. I really appreciate it. And we still, as I've said before, got this one later on. There'll probably be about an hour's break between this stream and the next stream. 7:45 go live, kickoff at 8 p.m. So join me live for that. Once the stream ends, it'll automatically load into that. Just set your reminders on the stream and join me for that one. It's going to be a late night, but it'll be good. Scotland have won the line out, but the maul isn't really moving all that much. Ben White's been dragged into it. He's trying to get the ball out. And finally, Kyle Steyn comes and offers him some support. Finn Russell. Oh, lovely ball into Mark Bennett. Has he got the feet to get there up to the 5-metre line? Finn Russell already making a difference with his passing game. Oh, they just need to go wide. Honestly, advantage here to Scotland, though. They had to go wide there. They had to go to the left-hand side. 8.5 minutes to go in this one. Josh van der Fleer penalised for being in at the side on the maul. Finn Russell already making a difference. I mean, he got the ball, just waited, delay, and wait for the option. And then played a lovely pass. They're going to stick this in the corner again. Eight minutes to go. Scotland do have it 5 metres short here. Still coming forward through the forwards. Slow for Scotland. They don't really have time on their hands either. And just coming through the forwards, defence for Ireland looks pretty solid at the minute. Very, very slow here for Scotland. Ireland's defence looking solid. Come on, Ireland. Connor clearly wants the Irish to finish strong here. At the minute, Ireland are going to be Six Nations champions, depending on... And they've won a brilliant penalty as well. And that has been Scotland's problem. The amount of penalties this Scottish side have given away, honestly, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. They have really, really struggled in this one. Let me have a quick look. How many penalties have they managed to give away this game? 12 penalties. I mean, Ireland are giving away 9, which is pretty high for them, but 12 penalties given away by Scotland. And this back chat from them, I don't like that either. And same for Wales. I mean, Josh Adams back chatting. Being an idiot. Joey Carberry's going to come on here for Ireland for the final 6.5 minutes or so. Jesus, I need a piss so bad. It's Hugo Keenan off. Interesting. Carberry will go to fullback then. They can be. If France obviously lose in Paris, that is what Ireland have to hope for. But they will have done their job here. To be honest, I don't think they've played particularly well, but they haven't had to. Pierre Schumann's off for Scotland, by the way, and he's been replaced by Alan Dell. Chance here for James Lowe. Tackled. I think his foot was actually in touch there, to be honest. And it will be a line out to Scotland. We're heading towards the final 5 or so minutes in this one. As I said before, we are going to do individual looks at each of the nations, how they've done in the Six Nations. How would they summarise the Six Nations for them? What do they make of it? How would they rate it? I'm interested to hear what Scotland fans have to say on this one. It's not been good. It's not been good for Scotland. I don't think so. I've got an idea for tomorrow night, which should give you guys an opportunity to come on the channel and give your opinion on your team and how you've done. So potentially tomorrow night, that could be like a fan forum kind of thing, where you can come on, give your opinions, let us know what you think. Maybe an idea. We'll see. We'll see. It might be Monday night. We'll have to wait and see. So you could have your say, do you know what, I thought Ireland played all right this Six Nations, or if you're a Wales fan, you could come on and say your thoughts on Pivac, what you make of him. We'll see. We will see. Here we go then. Final 4.5 minutes of this one. Ireland have certainly won this. The scrum to Scotland. Scotland have had the dominance of the scrum today. Advantage to Scotland again. Ireland really struggled at the scrum in the past couple of games. Playing the advantage here. They'll come back for the original penalty. Yeah, Ireland just can't seem to get the scrum under control at the minute. And, you know, obviously Ireland in the summer, we'll talk about that, of course, in the reviews. I'll go into New Zealand. That'll be something New Zealand will certainly be targeting. Line out to Scotland then. Less than 4 minutes to go. It looks as if Dan Sheehan's been named as man of the match. Difficult to pick someone, to be honest. But yeah, probably him is the right man. Nearly over, nearly over. Less than 4 minutes to go. Ireland leading by 21 points to 5. Scotland just about managed to get their line-out back, but it's not clean whatsoever. Darcy Graham burst through. Tackled in the end, though. Just over the 10-metre line here for Scotland. Ripped in the tackle by Robbie Henshaw. And Scotland just can't get anything going in this second half whatsoever. Chance for Ireland, potentially. I have no idea what's happened there. It's a bit of a mess. As we head towards the final 3 minutes, I am going to drop a link in the chat now for France against England live watch long. I'm going to drop a link in the chat now. I do head over there after this, leave a like on the stream, and then set your reminder. And then when we go live, in just over an hour's time, 7:45, we'll go live UK time. That's 8:45 French time. You can make sure, obviously, as I said, set your reminder, and that you'll be notified when we go live. And that will be the final watch long of the Six Nations. We've done all 3 today, which has been crazy. Usually I have guests on, but all of them were busy, unfortunately, today. But France versus England live watch long. Make sure to join me live for that later on tonight. See if France can win their first Grand Slam in 12 years. See if England can upset the party and give the title to Ireland. Line out here to Ireland, though. Josh van der Fleer peeling off the back here. Looking for the pass. Knocked on by Scotland again. So chance here for intercepted by Scotland. Finn Russell makes the intercept, but they're playing advantage from the knock on. And there's a little bit of argy-bargy going on now, which is not what we want to see particularly. No, so if France win the Grand Slam, they've won the Six Nations. If England beat France, Ireland will win the Six Nations. England can't win it. So England are out the question right now. So France can win the Grand Slam with a win. France have to win. Yeah, France have to win. So France win, they win the Grand Slam. If England win, Ireland win the Six Nations. Ireland have won the Triple Crown, by the way, because they're going to win this game. I think they might actually have a look at this. Are they going to give a yellow card to Ben White? They are for a deliberate knock-on. Not particularly surprised at that. And again, yeah, so if England win, Ireland are Six Nations champions, of course. Of course, Martin, of course, you're Irish and you want England. I don't think you've ever cheered England on before, have you? It'll be interesting to see. Ireland have stuck this in the corner. They're going to want the bonus points. 2 minutes to go until full time. I am absolutely dying for a piss at this point. Absolutely dying. Line out taken. 1 in the end. by Dave Kilcoyne with it at the back of the maul. Ball is slow coming forward. Conor Murray into James Lowe up to the 5-metre line now. Scotland trying to hold him up. They get the offload off. It's really good. Conor Murray, can he get it down? Has he managed to touch it down? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're going to have a look at this. Sexton seems to be celebrating. Ireland believe they've got it down. I'm sure they're going to have a look at it. I think it's been given, but I'd be surprised if they weren't to have a look at this. It's a really good carry from James Lowe, and he actually manages to offload it into Conor Murray. Let's see if there's a grounding here. I can't see anything from there. You don't want to win the Six Nations. Come on. I know it's at the hands of England, potentially beating France. Right, let's have a look here. Is this a clear grounding? Oh, yeah, he's got it down there. Try for Ireland. Ireland get the bonus point. I said they'd get the bonus point. 26 points to 5 now. Scotland with a man in the bin. This has been a dire performance from Scotland. And it looks like Ireland here. Try for Ireland, indeed. I live in Newcastle on Tyne. All right, okay. Why did I think you were Irish? Don't know where I got that from. Johnny Sexton with a chance to add the 2 points. The clock is in the red. And Scotland here have, to be honest, been battered at home. Sorry, away at the Aviva by Ireland, deserving of the Triple Crown, which it looks like they're going to get. And Sexton is taking a sweet, sweet time. And he has actually missed the conversion, but that doesn't matter because the full-time score here at the Aviva Stadium is Ireland 26, Scotland 5. That is the full-time score. Ireland have done everything that they've needed to do. Gosh, that's the wrong one. 26 points to 5 is the final score then. That is the final score. Ireland have done everything they can. They've got to see what France do later tonight. And make sure to join me for that watch along, of course. Or make sure, oh, my grandparents are Irish. Oh, okay, okay. But yes, as I said, make sure to join me for live watch along of this one. France against England go live at 7:45 UK and Irish time. That's 8:45 French time. We kick off at 8 p.m. There's a link in the chat now. Hit that link. Or if you're watching on YouTube, once the stream ends, it'll automatically load into that one. You don't have to stick around for an hour, of course, but just set your reminder on there, leave a like on the stream, and then come back for the watch along. Let me know, as always, your thoughts in the chat. But I am going to, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. I'm dying for a piss at this point, and I need to give my voice a break, and I need to eat. But there we go. There is a match reaction to Wales against Italy on the channel now if you want to go check that out. I'm not going to do a match reaction for this one. I'm going to get all set for the France, against England game later on tonight. But I will see you later for that. Glad you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Take it easy, guys. See you soon.